Okay, we need to do the challenge of the week. So, what do you got?
Um, Cooking consistently. So, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate cooking. I mean, for you it's different because you cook often. That's the thing that you do. And it could be maybe a firstborn thing because you were the firstborn in our family, as far as our immediate family goes.
Somebody had to do
So
cooking.
somebody had to do it. Yeah. So maybe that was ingrained in you, but like for me, bruh, it's I think I absolutely enjoy the results of cooking, but
If you do it right.
exactly if you do it right. But the steps before, I'm like, not so much.
You don't like
But
chopping up the stuff?
yeah, no, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I
Dang.
just don't like
And
the. I,
peeling
I've
stuff?
low key, I've actually heard that that's kind of therapeutic for some people, being able to chop up the
Yeah.
vegetables, stuff like that. And
Okay, it's not for
yeah,
you.
I've yeah, it's just I don't know, like what I think it's also because like when it comes to food, if I like something, I can just eat it all the time. Right?
Hmm.
Like variety when it comes to food is not really a thing that I care too much about. So I think that could be part of it. So there's nothing that incentivizes me to like want to experiment or do different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. It's just I'm good as long as it tastes good and it consistently tastes good the way that I like it, and it provides me sustenance. I'm good. But as far as like the challenge goes, like it just I don't like cooking, bro. But because I'm an adult and I have to eat, right?
Mm.
And if
Ain't
I
nobody to feed you.
anybody right, exactly, nobody else, right, exactly. And if I want to, be cautious about like obviously what I put in my body, as well as just being financially literate and responsible, it's best that you do, like you're bulk shopping and you actually make food at home and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Granted, yeah, it takes some more of your time, but obviously if you manage your time well, then you work those things out. So
But
there's
also for some
obviously,
of us, it's part of your therapy. So
yeah,
it's
that
therapeutic.
too,
So
that
you're
too.
actually investing in yourself,
Yeah, and that's a very
if
good
that's
point.
something that you find therapeutic.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a very good point for sure. Um, And the interesting thing for me with as far as just that piece there, as far as the therapeutic, that's what like basketball is for me actually. Like when I go hoop,
Hmm.
it's kind of therapeutic for me as well. Like
Yeah, some
if I'm
people
really
do that with
stressed out,
boxing. They
yeah,
have a boxing membership and they'll just like get in the ring and go do some
yeah,
rounds and there's like, or even not even that, jujitsu is another one. You like
yeah,
rushing
yeah.
around and like
I'm hearing more about jujitsu.
yeah, that really gets you in your head sometimes. Like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
I
for
did a
sure.
little bit. I did a little bit. Back in college,
Mhm.
just like as a class. You know what I mean? And like yeah, I could see stuff like that being therapeutic, like
Yeah,
the gym even, or where you hooping
absolutely.
and
Yeah,
so.
I realized like physical activities like that is more therapeutic for me, not necessarily because I mean cooking is a physical activity because you're actually like cutting stuff up and doing that, but like actual physical activity that when you're competing with someone, that's like for me, it's low key it's low key therapeutic for me. Like I enjoy that more, right?
Hmm.
Um, so but as far as this challenge goes, um, I kind of had to just get out of that, right? Get out of like the not wanting to cook because my motivation to be more conscious of like how I spend my money and what I put in my body, that's a greater motivation than just me like, I don't feel like doing
I don't
this.
feel like cooking. Yeah.
I don't feel like cooking, right? Because it's like so I find that more important because obviously you're gonna prioritize things that you care more about. Um, so the challenge for me is the challenge for me is to consistently cook, right? And I've been more intentional about doing that more often
You ever
lately.
try to do those
Um,
like HelloFresh
I
things, Blue
have,
Apron?
I have, but they low key, honestly, they low key get expensive, and it
Mm.
tends to be pretty much the same amount you spend on like even if you were to buy food every day. It actually comes like I tried it for like I think I tried it for like 6 months or something like that. And I was like, bro, I'm pretty much like I ran the numbers. I'm like, I'm pretty much spending the same amount of money. Like,
Hmm.
it's not
But
really. I
like
mean, you may
yeah,
be eating
so
a
but I
little
mean,
bit healthier,
but even then you're like at least you're learning to cook though.
yes,
If you're spending the
yes,
same
that's true.
money,
Yeah,
I understand if you're maybe spending more, but if you're
mm-hmm.
spending the same money,
Mm-hmm.
at least you also get the benefit of learning to cook.
Yeah, that's you. I think you're right about that. But I think it's again at the time it was more of like I don't feel like cooking. I don't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that in itself made it kind of like, I think I'm not maximizing this like another person would, right? Like
Well,
I'm kind of
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm kind of cheating myself in a way. So it's like, because I'm not really maximizing this particular benefit here with these courier services when it comes to that. Um, but but what does encourage me to do so is when I look at my account and I'm like, I spent that much money on food, like going out and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I need to chill. Like I need to chill. Like,
Yeah.
because I definitely want to invest even because I invest quite a bit of money, like into like my brokerage accounts and things like that. But I want to be able to invest more. And I look at like, oh man, I didn't. And you know, sometimes you look look at like
Yeah,
your
you look at
budget,
a
your
bunch of
chart. You
different
kind of
things
like,
that you do, and like
that's
where
not
you can
good.
cut
Yeah,
some spending here, cut some spending there.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you should be real reevaluating all the time. And like one of the things is like the subscription services that we have. Like sometimes there's
Yes.
like I don't know last time I watched something on Showtime, for example. I should probably get around to canceling that bit.
Yeah, you should probably. Yeah, you should probably cancel your time, bro,
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? I think I might have had
Yeah.
like a discounted membership or a free membership or something for some period of
Okay.
time.
For a period of time,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
I had gave them my credit card number and then they just charging it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so like we're like there's low key like these little dollars here and there that we're just like wasting. And, like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? It was
And
one
a
thing
lot,
if I'm watching stuff on Showtime, but like I'm not
yeah,
even watching Showtime.
yeah. And a lot of companies, I mean, they're expecting that, right? Or they're banking on you doing that, forgetting
Hmm.
that you have subscriptions. So like, or they'll send you like another deal, like, hey, don't cancel now. We'll give you, we'll take 50% off your subscription that you can
Yeah.
have for 6 months,
And then you're like,
you
oh,
end
you
up
know what? I
renewing.
might as well hang on a little
Yeah,
bit.
because I ain't gonna lie, a couple of them have got me like that, but I
Yeah.
had to like stand my ground and be like,
Like, no, no,
bro,
I'm
like
off
you
of
ain't
it. I'm off it.
gonna, you ain't gonna
Yeah.
get me. But
But I kind of interrupted. Like, so what is the challenge? Is the challenge that you want to learn to cook, or you want to cook more at home, or what's the specific challenge?
the challenge, okay, so that's what I was trying to kind of like um
Revert to.
revert to and like create like an actual more precise kind of point that I wanted to make with that is I want to be able to and this is a work in progress. I want that to be more of a priority rather than just like my annoyance with it, right? Like just being
Hmm.
annoyed about it. Like that needs to be the priority. Like I need to prioritize what I'm putting in my body more so than like
And
I
doing no
don't
into
feel
cooking.
like doing the actual
Okay.
work to do it. It's just like let me just go get something. Like I need to prioritize actually like doing more of that, more cooking at home.
Did you so did you cook a lot this week?
Not a lot, but more often than I usually do, which is like
Uh-huh.
not not very often. But like my goal, for example, was to like if I can get to like 3 times a week, that for me would be great.
Yeah,
Some people cook
because you could also have some leftovers too.
right, right, right.
Hmm.
I mean, and there's some people who cook like almost every day, right? But like
Yeah.
for me, if I can do 2 to 3 times a week, that for me is a big win. It's a big
Yeah,
win. So
and then
that's my
especially if you
goal.
could do like two to three times a week and have some variety with it, you know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah,
fish, a
yeah,
steak, and
learn.
some chicken. You know, and the third
Absolutely,
day you switch it
absolutely.
out, and maybe you do some ribs and some a lamb
Yeah,
or pork chop the following week, and then you kind of like have your different recipes with each one. Yeah,
yep.
man, that's a you should do that. My wife tells me all the time I should write because I mean because I cook all the time. I be
Mm-hmm.
trying stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it don't always work out, but like
Mm.
I still eat it because you know what I mean. I got a strong
Yeah,
stomach. Yeah, fuck it,
right.
I'm gonna eat it
And I made
anyways.
it, so I'm like, I'm about
Yeah,
to eat
throw some barbecue sauce in
that.
there, put some hot sauce,
Yeah,
make it work, make it work.
yep, yep.
But like an activity to help you to learn to cook more, like taking notes of like you try some recipes that you're like, yo, this really worked out. You know what I mean? And let me make a note to like, boom, you remember to go back to that one so that
Yeah.
you can have a couple go-tos.
Mhm.
And then like when you want to cook,
I do have a couple go-tos that
yeah, you could just like
I know
whip
I
it
just
out.
whip up.
You could
Yeah,
whip up, yeah,
but you're right about like diversifying my portfolio as far as
of
like
your
the
go-tos.
variety of my go-tos. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
you're definitely right about that because one of the areas that I definitely want to improve on is definitely making cultural dishes for sure. I've been
Hmm.
saying this for a while. I ain't gonna lie. I've been saying this for a couple years. I'm like, yo, I need to get right. Like, I need to
You
get
see,
in my head.
I've been experimenting
Yeah,
with that
yeah,
soup jumu, bro. I've been
yeah, yeah,
trying.
bro.
I've been trying. I got it
Yeah,
right. I got it kind of right one time. You know,
yeah,
the other time
yeah.
wasn't that right. But I've
But
been
you know what?
trying.
I wasn't mad at the other time when you asked me about it. I was like, it's different. It's not like what I'm used to, but like I
Yeah.
wasn't mad at it though. So I'm
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
have something there that you can probably like expand upon or like change up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But
So
but it's just practice. It's
yeah,
just practice. You're gonna fail at some. You know what I mean? And some of them gonna hit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So just it just takes the prep. But like that's good. If you did it only one time this week and you did it 0 times last week, that's progress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe next week you
Yeah,
do one and
absolutely.
a half or you do two, and you maybe have some leftovers or something like that. So
Yeah.
that's progress. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. And-
Is progress
yes.
in
And that's
every
the
avenue.
yeah, and just for the audience, like that's to narrow it down. That's the specific challenge is being able to consistently do that, right? And actually making sure I'm cooking, which will provide all these other benefits that we spoke about. Make sure I'm consistently cooking and making that like a normal part of my day to day.